And we're live. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Reshacinko here, and today we are going to play some more Master Duel. And for today's agenda, we're going to continue the event chronicle, and we can just play some ladder. I want to farm for some more gemmies before the end of the week, or the new month starts or before the new season. I mean. So let's get to it. And I know I went over yesterday, as you can see right here. Here's the ban list that's gonna be implemented right here in about, I would say, what, a couple of weeks from now. So Union Carrier and Totally Awesome is banned. I my hunch is that Union Carrier is banned because I guess you could probably do some, you know, massive combo with ABC Buster Cannon. And with Totally Awesome, I didn't initially know why they had a bit this card was banned, but from what I've been hearing, it's because of Sprite, and I'm just a little upset given the fact that who else am I supposed to bring out with Bahamut Shark, as I do main like Marincess. That grass is greener. I guess it's because of what emancipators and other miscellaneous mill decks. D shifter, I think it's because of just is this banishing from the graveyard, or just cards that just banish and not let monsters or spells or traps hit the graveyard is just really annoying. And there can only be one, just more floodgates to limit. Prankatops, Memory Hope, Scapegoat, it's whatever to me. I think I already went over this yesterday too. I just wanted to give this like a little brief highlight for those who haven't seen it yet. Okay, let's get to the event chronicle. I'm like right now 16,000, so I can just. I've already made this far. I might as well just aim for the 22,000. And as you guys can tell, my Event Chronicle deck is more of a going second type of deck. Alright, no monsters summoned. I think I'll throw an Ojama Blue, and I'll lay an Imperm face down. I'll pass. Rageki, Bop. If only Ojama Blue was just like destroyed, not just by battle, but also by card effect too. Yeah, that's not happening. Really, it takes this one imperm for my opponent to quit. Pretty fragile. Well, it makes my job easier. Still recovering. My throat's kind of somewhat sore. Let's go second. Okay, I could set my Oja Magic face down, and hopefully my opponent will just pop it. Here you go, Ash. Why not just throw it? I'll throw a Jama Yellow face down, and I'll throw an Oja Magic face down. Hopefully my opponent will take the bait and just pop it. Okay. Never mind. I thought I was gonna pass. Yeah, I want to summon more. I'll set another one. Might as well just stall. Okay, I can throw down my Imperm. Oh, not Imperm, I mean my Ash Blossom. I'm surprised with the ban list they didn't even consider banning, let's say, like Despia, or I would for specifically Brand Fusion, or like a Runix. Okay, let's draw. Yeah, I'll set another one. Hopefully I can go into like maybe I can hard draw into Oja Simulation. Okay. Oh, he's just gonna keep attacking. So I thought hopefully he can go to the attempt a special summon so I can get more draw power off Maxi. Let's draw. Yeah, might as well get some damage. I think I can take the 300 deficit. Drowning Mirror Force. Let's see. When your opponent declares a direct attack, shuffle all your opponent's attack position monsters into the deck. I guess that's better than Mirror Force because most cards are just like, oh, if it prevent, I'd say destruction. So it's easier just to like bounce or spin. Oh, and it's just a normal sun, not a special sun, so I can't even draw. Yeah, this is not looking good. I'm like bricking pretty hard. I'm just gonna call it, quit. I'm gonna try not to waste any time. Let's go second. Okay, I have a Maxi. I'm opening up pretty well. I still love my icon. As a Sky Striker player. I mean, best case scenario that he doesn't, if he attacks, I get to add my cards. Doesn't attack, I just drop in like a level. I could even drop a Maxi if I wanted to, then overlay. Alright, alright. He's really gonna give me a free Zeus. I'll take it. Draw Maxine, nope. And we can just go into cavalry. What's his response? Why would you do that? I guess he didn't expect me to like see something. Alright, I'll let him get a free draw. I mean, I still get a Zeus. I'll pass. I mean, if this card's sent to the graveyard, I can still add. I'm pretty sure Zeus was banned at one point because it's just like a free Xyz attack and then just it's just a free like board wipe. Or you just Kaiju. Is it Crusadia? It is Crusadia. And I'm gonna chain Maxi. Let's see, has an Ash. Or called by. Yeah, the rule is that when they drop the Crusadia, go for the Maxi immediately. No, just keep it coming. Nope, I'm not gonna drop the Nibiru. I'll wait for the choke point. Just come on. Nope. Okay, let's just wait. Just summon more, please. I don't know if he probably knows I have a Nibiru. He's just waiting. Let me put this down. Okay, just come on, just try to drop one more monster, then I can just drop my Nibiru. Let's do it. Drop it. Okay, he's gonna summon more. I can wait. Yeah, okay, it's time to drop it. I'm pretty sure that's the choke point. I mean, okay, so what? It still gets tributed. No way. Alright, you can have it. Oh, I just gave him a 3,000 wall. It's fine. I still have like a pile arm dragon I can just ram. Excellent. It's 5,000 more. Just gonna wait until I drop the Nibiru and equipped, hopefully. Called it. Nibiru came in pretty clutch. Pass. That might have been a misclick on his end. I would quit if I was him. I felt like normally they would quit. Such like, yep, I called it. Mallet into Ash into Surrender. Perfect combo. Another Crusadia deck. Fun. It's 2, 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he knows I have Nibiru. Which is fine, because I can do this. Pitch. Now let's pump it. And let's draw. And I can attack. I'll set, and I'll pass. I think I finish eating the chips, and then I'll continue. Let's pitch. I'll normal summon a thunder. And now I'll pitch a maxi. Let's get a thunder level 5. Alright, I know he's gonna like special summon from his extra deck. Might as well drop it. Let's see if we can go for the OTK. Hopefully I can draw into my Nibiru. I want my fingers off. I'll keep it coming. I hope I can draw into my Nibiru. Maybe he's spreading that I just don't draw into it. So he can go for a ranked 4 or link 2 or link 4 or even. Yeah, those are his options. Six draws. Keep it coming. Can you keep going? Is it Avermax? Oh no, it's Ecomax. 7 draws. And see here, this is the link material can attack twice. Please just let me drop it. That's 9. Max E challenge. Let's go. Double the damage. I hope this isn't enough. Piercing 2, of course. Let's continue. You go first? Yes. And here we go. Pass. Alternative. Please don't pop. Do you think I have an Ash? I hope he's dumb enough just to attack into it. Wait. Why would he? What Therian card is he gonna send? Please, he's just attacking into my Ujama Blue. So there's an alternative and a what? Therian Lily Borea? You see? Jet Dragon. Hold on. Let's draw 2. Is he done yet? Or no? Therian Blue, I've never seen that combo before. I know that for me, I have like an IRL Blue Eyes deck myself, and in the beginning of Master Duel, when the game came out, I had the option of choosing between like the Junk Synchro deck, the Link Cybers, and Blue Eyes Fusion. I chose Blue Eyes Fusion because I love Blue Eyes. And later on, I realized that it took like so much UR to craft to use to make the deck, and I never got to finish. It was sad. Maybe one day I'll get back to it. It's one of those woulda, coulda, shoulda, where because when when the game came out, I was like pretty excited. I just want to explore. Maybe I should have waited at least a week or a month. But like many other people, I was really giddy. Just want to get right into it. Zeus, of course. These are what I can draw myself into. Yep, I don't think I can win this. I'm just going to surrender. Almost there. Look at those two rabbits. It is Lunar New... Well, it is... I think it's still Lunar New Year. I think this year is still like the year of the rabbit. So I'm going to keep Rescue Rabbit for now. And later on, like after I'm done with the Event Chronicle, I will move on to Ranked. I was initially going to use like my Sky Striker deck, but given with the new updates with the ban list, and with, Rest totally awesome, I think it's nice for me to do a tribute by playing Marincess and try to use like my Bahamut Shark to get out totally awesome as much as I can. So I will alternate between using like Sky Striker and Marincess. How's everyone else doing? Enjoying the theme chronicle? Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys enjoying the theme chronicle, because I think Konami / Master Duel, they hit most of the major meta cards. I don't think they completely killed off the archetypes. Like for Sky Striker, you could still use Hayate as well as Rose. I mean, perhaps like next time they do it, they will just hit everything, because you could still have, or you should still play with hand traps like 3 Max C's, 3 Ashes, etc. But I would say that this event, if I were to rank it, it's like okay. I'd say by far my favorite event for Master Duel would be the Link event. Kind of biased because I won and I got the cool icon. And what I really liked about it, because I used Marincess throughout the entire event, and I would just say that it was like I had a huge diversity within Master Duel. When I say that is like there are like 7 different decks you could play. Let's say Sky Striker, Salads, Marincess, Code Talker, like you name it, and like any of those decks could just like win. They're pretty viable. I really wish I had my Nibiru with me. Okay, so it's Legacy and Scrap, huh? Okay, let's see what light. I'm just gonna let him keep comboing off me. Wait, hold on. I forgot, like, is this the structure deck or he kind of made adjustments to it? I remember there was, so it's just not just Orcus. Really wish Nibiru was with me right now. Okay, next turn I can just go for... Well, I really need to hard top deck a... What's that one card? Oja match. That can really get things going. At this point, I could have just go into the restroom. You know, I was just finished eating chips with my left hand. They're barbecue, by the way. They were from like my trip in like Asia. I went to like Taiwan and Singapore. I was kind of disappointed in like the milk tea or in Taiwan. And the food in Singapore is pretty good. I went to like the hawker foods. Oh hey Fana, what's up? Yeah, I'm just playing myself like a playlist. Like, you know, it's just, what is it? It's called Beautiful Relaxing Anime Music of 2020. How have you been, Fanan? What's up? I was gonna say that, did you celebrate, like, you know, Lunar New Year or no? Because I went with my family to, like, you know, outside our house. We went to travel. I walked around. There was, like, fireworks. It's pretty fun. I'd say that I did witness people just, like, gambling. And I didn't want to partake in it. Because the odds of me, like, winning were pretty, like, it's 50-50. I'm not going to take the chance. What is he gonna link summon? And oh, you do celebrate Lunar New Year. Nice. I would, for me, I would say for like you're in Vietnam. Everyone here celebrates Lunar New Year. Oh, cool. In case you were wondering, I'm also Vietnamese. And if you were curious, I did. So usually, me and my family we celebrate that. I think that's pronounced it right. That. I still like go get like red envelopes from like both sides of my family. I think the tradition was that like, oh, I can still until like I'm married. When I do get married, or hopefully on one of these days, I can just like give like my I can give an envelope. Yeah, yeah, I'm Vietnamese. I'm not that fluent at Vietnamese. I can read. I can't really read it. I can't really write it, and I can like barely understand. I would say like my comprehend, like my it's like a third grade speaking. Oh, what's my full name, by the way? I don't want. I really don't want to give out my full. I don't want to give my full name. I don't want to dox myself. I think even like to this point, I kind of hid the fact that like which you know ethnicity of like Asian I am. You know, I'd like to keep it like secret, but since you know, Fanan, since you're like Vietnamese, like okay, like you know, we have things in common now, so I think it'd be nice to you know just to share the fact that I'm Vietnamese too. But sorry about that. I don't want to like give out like my my name, my information. I think you know I'm Vietnamese. I would say that like in terms of food, by far I like bún bò Huế. I like pho. I actually like and like I think mi quang. I think all like the new like the Vietnamese food. The new like in terms of this, the noodle and the soups are really good. I think it's pretty simple and delicious for like the Vietnamese cuisine. Maybe I'm biased because I'm Vietnamese. I would say, what's your like favorite foods, Fan? Oh, do I like No, I don't I'm good with like I'm good with dog. I would say that like I have been to Vietnam before. I've been to Vietnam like 3 times in my life. I went there like the summer after second grade, after like 2016 and 2018. I never had it before. Have you had it before? I heard because over there, like when I was in Vietnam, I stayed at like a relative's place. I would say that by far my favorite like city is Saigon, which is pretty much like the LA slash New York of Vietnam. The It's really cheap over there in Vietnam in terms of like the food. Like I can get like myself like a because like a bowl of pho like in America would be like what, maybe 12 $13, but over there I can get for like about maybe a couple dollars. And the drinks over there too, I'd say, what is it, sugar cane or Nook Mia. That's really that's pretty sweet. I know like my dad or my parents, when we went together, we went to some like Vietnamese market. He like, got me like Nook Mia or like sugar cane. And what was inside the sugar cane were ants. I was like, ew. Why did you give me like with ants, like dad? And he said, oh, it's like, oh, it's protein. And it's like, and you can pretty much tell that, oh, it's fresh, all right. So there's that. But when he like gave me it, I would just like use my fingers just to pluck out the ants from the drink and throw it away. I just couldn't imagine just drinking it, something with ants in it. Um, what is it? So is my mother or father Vietnamese, or you're born and brought in America? Um, both my parents. No, both my parents are Vietnamese. I'll say that. And they immigrated. I'm pretty sure they immigrated after, like, with the war. And I was born in America. I'm not gonna give you like, I don't want to give like, too many details about myself in terms of my location, but you could probably fair guess. I mean, after all, when it comes to like, me streaming or just, put myself out there, I already accepted the fact that, I'm going to be in the public spotlight because I made the decision to do so. So it's not going to be any surprise that people are going to like, look into details about like my private life, or now it's, well, since I'm considered, could be considered like a public figure. Because one of these days, right, if I want to become like a big streamer, it's going to be unavoidable to get like people, articles written about me and just like people talk about me and make videos of me on YouTube. So that's something I've already accepted. So but might as well. I don't feel well comfortable sharing, obviously, like my name and like my family. But I will say that yeah. Let's be honest, Fannin. Before I told you, what ethnicity of Asian did you think I was? I'm really curious. So where your guess was? Do you think I was like Thai, like what? Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Thai? Oh, I was gonna say that before I said that I am Vietnamese. What ethnicity did you think I was? Like that, of Asian, I mean. Because I know that for like I know that people say that, yeah, Asians, they look similar to one another, but like you can care to guess there are some like distinct features between like Asians in general. Because I know that for Vietnamese people, we could probably pass off as like Thai. Oh, you thought it was wholly? Oh, okay, for sure. No, no, I am like nationally speaking, I am American, but I would say like race wise, like I'm Asian. But if you would like to, did you have like a notion in your head that oh, what kind of what specific Asian is Russia Cinco here? Excuse me. Yeah, based on the yeah, I am like, you were right. I am American, but I know that like nationally speaking, but I would say when you think of like break it down to oh racially or like ethnically speaking. Oh, you didn't even think about it? Okay. Oh, that's good to know. But no, but yeah, you know about it now. I'm Asian. I'm Vietnamese. No, that's fine though. I was I just wanted to I was just curious of what you thought. Aside from like besides me just being like American. And but aside from that, I know like in terms of countries, not just Vietnam I've been to. I've also been to well recently I went to Taiwan, Singapore. I've been to Korea. I've been to Japan. I've been to like a lot of like Asian countries. And I'll say this though. I the next like Asian countries that I would like to go to would be like Hong Kong or Bhutan. I hear good like they're just places that it's really fun. They're cool just to visit and really chill. And when it comes, but I think aside from that, I would be like I'm done with Asia. I would like to like move on to another continent, like Europe. And for Europe, I would like to visit either like what maybe like Italy, France, Germany, Poland, you know, the UK. Was it? Funnily enough, you looked up on Kevin. He thought he was Asian in a second. That's really, that's kind of funny, fan. So, but yeah, like I would just say when it comes to, I know in Vietnam it's really humid. Well, at least because I think for me, I visit with my family in the summer, and it's kind of unbearable. And I don't know what the worst part about like just traveling somewhere that's really humid, really hot, and your nose is like you can barely breathe. And when you go to like to the countryside, it's like full of with the far like the cows and like the manure everywhere. It's like the worst combination. It smells horrible, and then you can kind of taste it, like ugh. You see? Yeah, if I have a chance to go to Vietnam to visit Hanoi, maybe we can. No, that's true. Maybe we could be. And let's say this though. Maybe if I do have like, the money to like, travel, I could do an IRL stream over in Vietnam. Who knows? Maybe that like, you could possibly just stream snipe me, and then you could just like, we do a meet and greet. Okay, let's pop these two. Yeah, I know that other people have done IRL streams, and you see people just, snipe them all the time. And it's really, and I think it's that like, I'm pretty sure most like streamers, and even like the most high profile ones, right? They are expecting to like people to like, meet them up. I know that it really depends on how you approach them. You don't want to come off like kind of weird or creepy about it. But again, you kind of, it's really difficult. You kind of have to like read the mood if it's a good time just to approach them. Obviously, let's say that like they're in the bathroom, you don't want to approach them and say, "Oh, hi," because obviously you want to give them their give them their privacy. You see? You see most of Vietnamese people don't watch Twitch. Yeah, I'm actually curious about like in terms of this demographic, like of let's say maybe this Asian people in general, like what's the demographic of people who just watch Twitch? I'm curious if it's like mostly, let's say, Japanese, like Korean, um, Chinese, etc. Filipino, Thai, Cambodian. You don't know? No, that's fair. But it's just it's nice as a fan, and like not only that, hey, like I appreciate just chat in, get pop in the chat, but it's nice to find like see meet like or talk to a fellow Vietnamese person. I don't see like it's not that common, honestly. Like I know that when it comes to like just what the streamers and like general, you don't meet like see a lot of Vietnamese people. It's nice to like meet someone of your kind. You believe that there are a lot of Korean and Japanese people watch Twitch. Vietnamese people often watch YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, that's the. I do hear that a lot though. In terms of like social media and these like platforms, they're usually on, yeah, like, again, like YouTube and Facebook. I know that like my parents, they love watching what is it? They love watching these soap operas or dramas. I'd say it's like the Indian ones, but they have like a Vietnamese dub over it. So instead of or it has like Vietnamese subtitles. I don't know if you know what I mean, right? Because okay, have I watched? Was it Tao Quan? Never heard of it. What is it? Is that like a drama? Was it? Oh, I mean, hope I don't butcher. Is it Gap Now Gui Nam? Again, like you can correct me if I'm wrong, like on my pronunciation if it's good or not. Because I will admit my like me speaking Vietnamese is not that great. I just know like I would say oh, Jai or Chow, little thing, little bits here and there. Or yeah, and I would just say that for me at the household, I do. Well, my parents try what make me try like speak like Vietnamese at home whenever I can. But and that's the thing. It's kind of a little cringy, I'd say, right? Because I kind of like mix like Vietnamese and English. It's like kind of like an equivalent to like Spanglish, and which is which is funny because I actually did take like 3 years of Spanish in high school. Come on, ram it. And actually, and oh, like I was saying, I did retain a bit of some like Spanish. I will just like randomly say like Spanish vocabulary or just like words here and there, like la biblioteca, or just like the library, or I would say like hola, cómo estás. But I don't think, obviously I can't like maintain a real conversation if I tried. Let me see. We you see call Vietnamese speaking false English. And oh, and then think about in Vietnam too, right? I remember like when I went with my parents to like the markets when we went, whether we wanted to like let's say buy food or clothing, they usually told me to like not say like keep quiet, not say anything, because they can tell that if I'm like American, and they will try and they can try they will try their best to like try to rip me off. Because like why not, right? I guess I'm just like a gullible foreigner to them. Like even though I'm like the same blood or ethnicity as them, they still see me as like an outsider. And they would probably ask me like, "Oh, you American?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." And I would try to say, "Oh, hello," or speak a little bit in Vietnamese. And they would make even when I went to like stay at a relative's place, right? I was kind of pretty shy to try to talk to them because like my Vietnamese wasn't great, and they would just like they would just make fun of me or tease me about it, and which was like, yeah, I'm not gonna like say much. Your passport said you're a Vietnamese. I actually haven't really like checked in like my passport. I would say I'm not sure if it mentions ethnicity too. If it's ethnicity, yeah, it probably does say like Vietnamese. Hmm. You see? You said that like was my passport been yeah, again, Vanna, I haven't like looked thoroughly in my passport. I mean I should be given the fact that I have to check the expiration date when I have to get it renewed. Because I haven't really like checked up in with that. It maybe I should have just like when I had free time, like when I was on the plane, because for like what more than 12 hours, I could have just looked at my passport and see like more details, just to read up about it in the free time in the meantime. But unfortunately, we live in the era of like technology where I have like my MacBook and my phone, so there's like plenty of stuff to do. It's not like 20 years ago in which okay, you really don't have any of those things. All you would do, let's say you are on the plane at best, is just watch whatever movies they provide you and just go sleep and or just read a book. You see? So did I understand the rap song you asked me to play yesterday? Um, not really. I kind of had a feeling, even though if I didn't understand it, I have a feeling how it went down. And that's the thing when it comes to like music in general. I would say like because I don't know if you watch anime or anyone else here watches anime. Because I listen to like a lot of like anime openings and endings and like the lyrics itself. Even though I don't understand what the lyrics are, I kind of like how the like the vibe or how it sounds. And which I found interesting is that it works the opposite too. Like if anyone has played like the Persona games, right? They have songs like from Persona 3 and 4. They're like in English, but I guess I'd highly doubt that like the people over in Japan understand what it means in English, but just they just enjoy how it's the beat and the sound of it. So I really liked how it works both ways, from like a Western slash American perspective, and from a like a Japanese perspective. Yeah, we feel it. So let me play it. Okay, let me play a song like give me a moment. Here's what I mean by that. Hold on, give me a moment. I don't know if anyone's played Persona 3, but this is what I mean. Like even though like the song is like And that's the thing though, right? I didn't really know. Like, it was just like the song's technically in like English, but it was kind of hard to know specifically what they're saying because I think they were just like rapping it or singing it so too fast. So let's get. You know what I mean, right, Fanan? So it's like that. Dun, dun. Yeah, because I don't think in this like the game like originally it was Atlas. It's originally from like Japan. I don't think there's a Japanese dub audio for the game. You say the song is like akin to anime OST. I mean, yeah, and I will say that the OST like in Persona I loved like for all the games. I'd say if I had to compare if anyone's played Persona 3 or 4, I by far like 3 is a lot more cuz I'm more into that poppy, you know, that poppy vibe. Let me see here. What do I want to get rid of this? All right, let's do it. Let's just ram it. I've got myself a called by. That's not happening. And the good thing about called by is that it's not once per turn. So if I destroy the zombie dragon, I can just get rid of it for good. You Mirror Force. What a guy. Are you saying this OST? You saying the song reminds you of JoJo? I mean, JoJo. It's more like I'm not sure this is more JoJo. I can't describe it, but I feel like JoJo. It seems like it's like another vibe. I'd say. It's again. It's hard to describe. I'm drawing blanks at the moment, but maybe like later on, if it comes to my head, I'll let you know. Ooh, how many I don't even have that many Ojamas in the grave. Well, let's just set. That'll do. You're gonna see you skip part 1 because it doesn't look intriguing to me. I mean that's what a lot of people say. It's kind of a little it's a little disappointing, I'd say, because that's what like I have friends who tell me that don't skip part 1. Okay, it's I know just you have to hold your nose. It's pretty integral to the story. But unfortunate, but after you get past part 1, it gets better after that, which I agree. I thought part 2 was really good, and part 3, I'd say part 3 it was really long, which is it supposed to be. I think some people like argue that it just dragged out too long because it's like okay, you got part 3, like part 3 of like the first half, and then part 2, part 2 of part 3. And I don't know if you have you watched Attack on Titan. I know that recently they announced that they were gonna do like Attack on Titan, the final season, like first half, part 2 or part 1, which got people annoyed because I guess the people working on Attack on Titan didn't really understand the concept of what is like a final. Let's see here. How many Jamas do I have? Shoot, I don't even have that many. Maybe I can bluff my way. Wait, you know what? I think I got this. I know this is gonna be a really desperate, but I think I can go for it. Guess not. Got an Ash. You see, you intentionally got spoiled part one because you didn't want to watch it. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, I don't know if how busy you are, Fanan. Like, if you have work or anything, because I know a lot of people nowadays maybe they don't have time to watch like Keep Up Weekly or just binge it entirely. Like, it's every episode's like what 20 minutes, so they would just, I guess, read it. But and here's the thing though, I've seen like the manga art style of like Attack on Titan. For me, I prefer watching it because there's always arguments whether or not like okay within the anime community or the anime sphere whether or not if the manga like the original source material, not it doesn't have to be a manga. It could be like light novels, like video games, etc., or like an anime adaptation. Because at least the pros with an anime adaptation is that you get the voice acting, you get the soundtrack, and again like the visuals, etc. But the manga, I guess you just get to see. Okay, it's just faster. Like, would you rather spend what 20 minutes watching like one episode, or you would spend like maybe who knows? It depends on how fast a reader you are. Like maybe like 5 minutes. I would maybe a couple minutes at best, or I'm saying 5 minutes at most. You see and see as people are complaining at least in your country, it would be cool they announced a movie that conclude the whole story. I mean, no, they could have done that just to milk it. I know that for at least with Persona 3, it was a video game, and they made it into like a 4-part like movie adaptation. Because I guess it depends on like the director or like the direction of where you want like the structure of the adaptation. Can you like fit everything in like 20 like 13 or let's say 24 ish episodes, or it's better to do like a movie format and split do it from there. You say you're in the university right now. It's Lunar New Year celebration, so you're basically free right now. Nice. I'm glad you're spending your New Year's, chatting with little me. You're on ad right now. Ah, I will say this though, because I don't know what your style is, right? Do you like to like keep up weekly with shows, or do you prefer, let's say, like just binge it? Because there are some debates whether or not for between people how they prefer watching. Because I will say, back in the day, well, when I started watching anime in the early stages, right? Because I don't know if I assume like maybe most people grew up watching it through 4Kids, Toonami, and Adult Swim. So you had like pretty much, let's say, your Pokemon, your Yu-Gi-Oh, your Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moons, etc. And at the time, right, we don't have like 20 shows in one season like we do right now. Because back in the day, I'd say every week I just looked forward to watching like Dragon Ball Z. It was airing on like Cartoon Network, like Naruto, Yu-Gi-Oh, and that was it. There was just like what maybe like 4 shows throughout like the year, and then it's also an addition with like other like like the cartoons I grew up with, like Jackie Chan Adventures, Sheldon Showdown, SpongeBob, you name it. I pretty much like had like all the other networks like nailed down, like Disney, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, you name it. So my childhood was pretty good when it came to like growing up with those cartoons. And then nowadays, right? And no, even with like the main like the shonens, right? With One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, people, me included, we didn't mind watching filler. We didn't even know what filler was, and we didn't mind just watching every week because there weren't that many shows as it is now to like watch, and people were not as busy as they are now. Because back then, I didn't really have much to do. Like I didn't really have like college or work, so it worked for me. But now, so now that's why you have like the new shonen, like the new like shows like My Hero Academia, also or Boku Hero, which I call like Zoomer Naruto, which it pretty much is when you think about it. I would say for you guys, right? What do you guys prefer, like ninjas or superheroes? I actually preferred like ninjas. Maybe because I'm biased because that's what I grew up first. But with Naruto, but even before, like I actually in terms of like ninja shows, I'd say like it was like not Shaolin Showdown, Jackie Chan Adventures. If anyone's remembered, like like the Shadow Ninjas, like the Shadow Khan, the during like Ninja Star Shuriken, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too. So that was my kind of my introduction with like ninjas, and then because the basic like premise of this like ninjas, I was just okay. They are just like they just throw shuriken stars at each other. They like do transformations, like do fire like techniques, etc. And that's what made Naruto like great, because in the beginning they utilized all that, and then later on, I'm not that they moved on to like what superpowered kaiju stuff, but which I didn't really mind, but I kind of miss like when Naruto was relatively simple. Like I'd say in the early stage of Naruto, it was all about teamwork, and there's like some stealth to a degree. Like let's say with the tuning exams, they actually taught you how to like you have to like cheat without getting caught because it's actually like an actual mission, right? If you're caught, you're done. It's like life or death, which I felt was like brilliant writing, for its time. And I feel like for like the original Naruto, it's timeless. Ah, let's get some more draw power. But and it's like thinking of like cartoons and anime. I will say that I stopped watching. Yeah, the last like cartoon I watched was like Ben 10 Alien Force back in 2012, and then I started to like move into like anime, like I'd say full time. What did you say? Oh, you gotta go. Having breakfast right now. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll catch you later, Fan Ann. It's nice talking. I'm probably gonna. I mean, I'm gonna be here until like, I'm. What is it? It's 6 like p.m. in like. Well, let me check. It's like 7 p.m. in my time. I'm like Pacific Standard Time, so I'm gonna just be streaming for like another about 3 hours. So, what? I'm out of cards. Hey, and I got myself a Nibiru. That's hilarious. I just drew. It's funny with Maxi. I drew into a Nibiru, and I just like dropped it. Okay, do I have any decent removal? Yes, I do. I got myself an Ojama. No, I'm not chaining it. I don't want to make that mistake. Okay, now let's time. Wait, is it also? It's only attack, not defense. Yeah, I gotta get the unicorn. which is lame, but I'll take it. So let's pitch. Spin you. Is there like a... Okay, I can just do a direct attack. So my next turn, my best chance would be to... Maybe I can drop my Maxi. I can just drop Maxi and then overlay, and then I can attack. And then go into Zeus. Man, is he serious? I'll normal summon and I can just go into it. I want to say that this is like considered like the best generic for rank 2. But it doesn't matter, he's gonna get me like a free Zeus. I don't know what people thought about this designing Zeus. Okay, you just like attack with an Xyz and you just get a free Zeus. What were they thinking? Still recovering from like my cough. I mean, I don't have a headache or anything, but it's just like constantly like dry coughing. It's kind of annoying. Okay, yep, time to G the Zeus. And this should be game over. Unless he has like a battle fader, which I highly doubt. I would be shocked if he had like a battle fader. Or Karibo. GG easy. Okay, I just need about 2,000 more medals, and I can get my prize. Let's see. I'm gonna stretch my arm a little bit. It's my bunny versus this little football. I mean, like, speaking of football, I don't know if anyone else like watched like the World Cup recently. I mean, it was like about like a month ago. It was like the first World Cup I watched with my family. I didn't understand like how big, like, soccer was, or I guess it's called soccer in America, but it's called football overseas, which is kind of funny because when I took Spanish class, apparently when I saw the terms football and football americano, football is soccer, and football americano is like the football you see here with like where people just wear like the big armor and the gear. And I will say that I didn't even know, like, I wasn't as interested at first, but then later on I heard about, like, okay, Blue Lock, the anime. That's really actually got me into watching the World Cup. Because I'm a big weeb. I saw, like, okay, Japan, like, they won with... I think they beat Germany, and they're wearing, like, the uniforms from the Blue Lock anime. And I said, okay, I'm hooked now. And then I read more about, like, Messi and Ronaldo, because the whole narrative and rivalry between the two was really fascinating. It got me like, okay, hooked up into, okay, who would I want to win between Argentina or France? And I woke up pretty early with my to watch it with my family, and I was like, everyone else was rooting for Argentina for Messi, but I was the one or only a few who wanted to root for France, because I knew for a fact that if Messi and Argentina would win, the whole like GOAT debate, the greatest of all time debate between Ronaldo and Messi would be over, because there's always, like, one side arguing which one's the greatest of all time. And people, even like, even think that even like Ronaldo fans would have to be like, yeah, no, he has the World Cup. You can't argue against that. And I think deep down, I wanted like Messi and Argentina to win, because I wanted it to keep going. Okay, so it would be like, oh, I guess he lost the World Cup. Well, we don't know who won. He's not the greatest of all time, so it's still up there. But now, like, Messi has that on his resume now, and Ronaldo hasn't. So there's that. And like I would say, in terms of sport in America, I would say that was it. Here it's basketball and football are like I would say it's like the biggest sports here. So I really didn't really have that much opinion of like how big soccer was like overall, because I guess I was looking at it in a more of a American perspective. Let's get Pile Dragon. No. Okay, let's add it to my hand. And I can get myself an Oja Assimilation too. Alright, let's do it. I have a bunch of ammo. Okay, let's use Piled Arm. Let's get it. I just try to bait it out. Let's draw more. Response? Okay, I got time to do the combo. So let's get XYZ Dragon Cannon. Banish you. Black. So we can get XYZ. Let's get 1, 2, and 3. Okay, can this work? Let's get out the true XYZ monster. None of that XC's BS. Let's go. And I have a bunch of ammo. Let's do it. 1. Pop back row. Of course. Oh, what do you guys said? Hey, I have different colors. I pretty much have green, yellow, red, and blue in my hand. And time to set everyone. So next turn I can just go for just summoning my red and getting out my Ojama brothers out. Dark Rougher. Let's see here. I'm just gonna wait. Is he gonna go into like a link? Okay, he's gonna go for a link too. Galatea. Need to read this. You can't be destroyed. You're back, Fanon? Cool. You didn't really miss much. I was just pretty much just going off like a little rant about my experience with like the World Cup and all that. I don't know if you watched the World Cup. I was just talking about how I watched it for like the first time at a relative's place, like really early in the morning, and it was like one of the hypest things I ever watched. It came down to like what Argentina France. They're like 3-3, and it ultimately came down to the penalty kicks in which the Argentina they won. And here's my take. Like, I know people would like to, because it's like 90 minutes for soccer or football, whatever you guys want to call it. And after the 90 minutes, if it's like you still get like, some more time, and then ultimately, if it's like the score's even, they have to end it somehow, right? Do penalty kicks. So, and that's the thing though. People feel, oh, that's lame how they end it. Why can't they just like keep extending it? But even I would say that I don't even think that people can keep going on for more than 90 minutes. It seems exhausting. Like, I know it's easier from like a perspective of a watcher's perspective, but man, like, it's even a miracle just to run and perform at that level. Yeah, I was say Fanan. Who did you want like to win for the World Cup? I was rooting for France. Everyone else in my family wanted Argentina to win, and even deep down, I wanted. I was gonna say even I deep down wanted like Argentina, like Messi to win, right? Because he earned it. Yeah, I actually I like Messi too, and that's the thing about like, what are your thoughts on Ronaldo? Because I think with Messi, I have a feeling that people like him because he's really humble as a champion, right? He doesn't give off like a really arrogant vibe. You know what I mean? I think that's what people like in a champion. Like they don't like they're not like super cocky about it. Oh, and the thing about like Messi too is that he's 35. And I know there was like debates because there were talks about whether or not if this was going to be his last World Cup, and it seemed like yeah, like if he did not win this one, this could be his last one because he's getting old, and even he admits that age is going to come for everyone, and the fact that he managed to win is pretty dang impressive. And people, I actually talked to people like at my work, and they said that like no, Messi is good, but that's not his peak. His peak was somewhere like in like 2010 to 2012 when he was obviously much younger, right? Because when you're younger, you have a lot more movement. It's just how it works. And like and he even said before, like there's like I think I've watched interviews like of him saying that I lost like back in like 2016 or 14, saying that I lost. I feel like I'm gonna retire and quit like international soccer. And then like he came back stronger, and no, he finally did it. He actually achieved his like long time dream of getting a World Cup. And if you like follow him on like Instagram, it was kind of it was cute and funny that him like sleep. There are pictures of him sleeping with the World Cup, and just like have like hugging it and having a drink besides it. And I will say that because I haven't really followed like soccer at like up until like till now, really. And obviously that it's gonna be sad that like the whole Ronaldo and Messi, they're gonna be like, because they're going to be approaching 40, and obviously they're not gonna play forever, and it's gonna be like an end of an era. And he said he's loyal to his nation while he's hated by his countrymen. I heard about that. I heard that when he was younger, he moved to like what was it, Barcelona, Spain, like Spain, played for them, and he said that like he could have played for like the Spanish and won 2010 World Cup back there. I mean I mean I don't know what's going on in his mindset. I guess I mean I don't think maybe I can take a guess that it was just a difficult decision because maybe like I think back then it seemed like the financial situation for him and his family was not great because no, that's the thing though, you don't know if you're gonna make it or not. It is like really risky. Like if your parents would want you to like okay maybe quit your education or something like that to pursue like a career in sports, even though you might not make like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah, I think that's the thing though. Messi is like what like the whole the whole line like hey haters are gonna hate. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think like Messi comes off like what is there to actually truly dislike about the guy. Personally, he seems like really humble, and that's the thing when it comes to like him, Messi, right? People are wondering like how much of it is pure talent and how much is it like versus hard work. Because there is a saying that like what was it? Uh, hard work can beat talent if talent doesn't work hard enough. I mean that's the line. And they say there's completely no reason to hate someone like person striving every day. And the thing about like with Messi too, like I think another thing like a chip on his shoulder was him being compared to Maradona. From what I heard, he was like a renowned like legendary icon for soccer, and they kept getting compared, and in which like there was criticism, in which like Messi he's not as charismatic compared to Maradona, and like I don't know if he'll be ever as good as him because he never won a World Cup. And then Messi, he actually got that, and there's debates whether or not like legacies and peaks and performances and all that. Like, it, was it Maradona is the guy who scored by his bare bare head. Oh, and that's the thing. I was gonna say from what I've heard, like talk to like people at my work, was that it's really scummy. I get it, right? Because there are people who would try to like foul and like Messi or Maradona and try to like break their legs too, or just hit them in the gut. And it's like, it's just so underhanded. It's just like I get it. You do whatever you can to win, but like, there's pretty much like no honor in doing that. But then again, right? If there is like hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions on the line, then I can see why people they'll do whatever they can to win. Like they screw honor. There's like like about a couple of millions of dollars on the line for me and my team. And the thing like with and what was really like heartwarming to see is that like for like Messi, him winning the World Cup, he got to like hug. I saw him get to hug his family and celebrate with his wife. It was beautiful to see. Their kids were like old enough to watch their dad just like finally achieve his long life dream. And I will say, what was it? Was it you said speaking of football, your nation team was playing the cup? Nice. How far did they was it? Did you know AFFO? Wait, what's the AF Cup? I actually am lost with that. Can you explain to me, Phantom? And I will say that What was it? I kind of lost track. Oh, I'm gonna say with Messi, right? He said that like many times before he was gonna retire, but after winning the World Cup, he was like he even said that I don't want to retire. I want to continue playing as champion. So there's a good chance that we can see him for 2026. You know, defending his like world championship. If he play, and he'll be 39 by then, and for sure that will be his last one. There's no way he can play after that at the high level. I think it's even a miracle he's playing at the level he is right now. And I was curious about like these soccer athletes. They're in pretty good shape, and from what I've read, that their diet is super strict. People can even call it like inhuman, like with like Ronaldo and Messi. How much what they have to there it's really strict to what they have to eat, and with in addition to like their workout routine too. Because some players like to focus on like there's the on leg strain, and some others want to like focus on like speed. You see, it's what is it? It's a Southeast Asia football tournament where every team in Southeast Asia play against each other. Our team made it to the final and then lost to Thailand. Yeah, that sucks, the fan. Was it close though? Did it go to penalty, or it was just like a slaughter? Okay. What is this? Power sync. Each time monster effect activate, place on that. And then while it has 2 counters, face the monsters in the fields cannot have their effects. You said, was it they played in 2 split finals? Okay. And I was gonna give like you guys a heads up after this game. I'm going to like take a bathroom break, and then hopefully I can just like come back after that. I hope I don't take too long. Maybe a bathroom break, maybe like a very quick dinner. Who knows? Oh jeez, seems like okay. I think I'm gonna go get myself a Oja simulation Oja match. Come on. Okay, let's dump. You say here your team managed to achieve a draw in the first split and to lose a 0-1 second split. Dang. I mean, that's the thing about like with competing, right? Because I don't think I ever had to compete where it really mattered, like in an actual like national or big tournament setting. So I wouldn't know like how it feels to lose. I feel like it's I don't know if I would compare it to like, let's say I can't use my fact shoot like the anime in which like Ash Ketchum, he was so close winning like the nationals, and then he just like loses, and it's depressing too, like getting handed like your first ever like lost. But I think what's the saying, whatever, that maybe the loss is there for a reason to help you grow as a person, something like a really cliche. And I'll pick. Yeah, I can't win this. Shoot. Well, I think this is game. You see? You don't mean to hate everyone in the national team, but you haven't got to win against Thailand before. I see. Until this day, we just can't win. I mean, that's the thing when it comes to like maybe for Vietnam's like soccer team. What do you think it is? Is it like the diet, the training regimen, the coaching, or is it like all those factors or something else? I mean, I was surprised that for the World Cup, Japan made it as far as they did. Like them being Germany was, from what I heard, it was a big upset. All right, I am going to take a bathroom break. Maybe, yeah. Hopefully, I don't take too long. So you guys could just do whatever. Like, stay tuned. Let me put that up. Give me a moment. Alright, I'm back. Sorry that took long, but I had to do what I had to do. Well, let's continue, put some music. And let's continue. Okay. Oh, what a nice bathroom break that was. Now, just trying to own my opponents. But you see, oh, play Boogie Wonderland? Please, okay, sure. Whatever you want. But first, I'll do it during my opponent's turn. Ugh, man. That is nice, alright? That is really nice. Music does soothe the soul. Okay, what do I want? So many good options. I don't know if my opponent will be dumb enough to run into my blue. How that? And it doesn't matter which order. Let's put it down here. Let's take the bait, please. Okay. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, will he let me go for it? Will he let me get? Okay, I was gonna solve that. Cat Jam. Do you know what my first time listening to this song was? I don't know if you watched like the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, but there was like the movie, one of the movies, I forgot what it was called, and they actually had the song in it. And like when I was little, and I started listening to it, like such a banger. Let me know if the music is too loud. If it is, then I can try to turn it down. Just let me know if it's fine or not. Because sometimes I can't tell. I don't know, maybe something wrong with my ears that it might be too loud for the audience. Just let me know. Okay, cool. Oh, thanks, fan. First time listening to a song was being on autoplay on YouTube. Nice, and that's the thing about YouTube too. Like I know that for the longest time, I didn't know how to turn off like autoplay. It was kind of annoying. But you know, there's some benefits of autoplay, right? Okay, well, it's kind of like a little surprise. Like, after I'm done watching my video, I get to, hey, what's like the next new video, and it kind of leads me down to some like a positive rabbit hole. And I would say that no, I do have a YouTube. It's on in my Twitch channel. You can also have like follow, like, again, join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter and YouTube too. And again, I know I haven't really been posting content on like YouTube, but I feel like I'm trying to work on that, right? I think going forward is just, I don't want to just like upload like a straight up like 4-hour VOD. I think even I wouldn't like sit through watching it, especially with someone who is like what, even less than 100 like 100 subscribers on YouTube. Oh, you don't use YouTube that you don't use Twitter that much? That's a good thing. I hear that Twitter like it's not good for you. I'd say that, right? It's a lot of like rage baiting. Let's see. And on Twitter, it's just like a cesspool of like negativity. I would say, well, here's the thing. I use Twitter, so I think I enjoy that. But I guess for other people, not so much. And here's the thing I didn't really know that Twitter, it like the user base is like what, about 300 million compared to like Facebook and YouTube is about 2 billion. Because I always thought Twitter was like the biggest in terms of like everyone interacting with one another, but that's not the case. What the heck? A fairy deck, huh? And I will say this though. Oh yeah, for like, well, I was just saying like a YouTube. Did you did you ever grow up with like old school YouTube, or like when YouTube was when it first came out? Because it was wonderful back in the day, right? Because I was like in elementary school when YouTube first came out, and the format was so much different. And I'd say the videos like compare like back in the day compared to what we see now with the whole like the thumbnails, the clickbait, the clickbaiting and whatnot. It was full of, like anime music videos like with Naruto, Linkin Park, and a bunch of like it was like YouTube poop. And again, it's like reminiscent of like what we see with TikTok, right? Everyone just like posted whatever crazy stuff and just let it rip. Kind of miss that. You said that you first watched YouTube like in 2011, 2012, and you said watch some kid show, kind of cringe. And I would say this, not just like with the AMVs, but also with YouTube. They had, I think it was Smosh and Kev Jumba. Those were like the old school YouTubers. They're pretty big back in the day. And then we like the different eras, and then we had like PewDiePie. We had like what Markiplier, and what is it now? We have like Mr. Beast, etc. I just, it's just I can't believe like how far like YouTube has come. Cause I think what was before YouTube? I remember like old school YouTube. Yeah, I mean with old school YouTube, it was cringe, like in a good way, right? Well, not because I know when people like to like throw like the terms cringe a lot, because people just say cringe when it comes to like just like generally anything people do, someone doesn't like anything. For me, my definition of cringy would be like it's like awkward, embarrassing in a way that makes you like your skin crawl. Like ugh, you just can't watch it. And the thing is that it's nowhere near as popular as like YouTube content nowadays. Well, here's the thing. Well, the thing about YouTube nowadays, right? Because you have like better equipment and better quality like cameras and all that. And nowadays, people like make a living off YouTube. They even like have a production team. So that's why you have all those like high quality videos. It's not like back then. At least let's say with Yu-Gi-Oh content, it was just like low quality like pack openings and just deck reviews. And there's some charm to that. It was like it's like really nostalgic. Not gonna lie. But nowadays, like I think even for me, like how I feel like getting to YouTube now this late in the game, it feels near impossible. I would actually have to be offering something, that no one has already done already. Like, oh, you're just doing, just gameplay highlights, right? I haven't seen that like a million times already on YouTube. Yeah, I have to make something different. That's why, like, my YouTube video on my YouTube channel, it's like the, what is it? It's like from the X Zero Festival. You can see it. It's like the, like, with Ben, like, you know, Samurai Ben K. So that's, like, kind of unique. I had to, like, do some thorough thoughts on something, like, for what content I want to make, right? I have to kind of stand out. I want to do something that no one has really done yet. So it's kind of hard, right? Like, I want to put something out there that no one's already done already. So it's something unique that makes me stand out. That's why, you know, like my buddy, like, you know, Kevin Kauai, right? His content is Sky Striker. I know there are, like, others like Sky Striker, you know, content creators out there for, like, Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Because Yu-Gi-Oh is very niche, and Sky Striker is, like, super niche. They're already, like, I think a couple of channels, like, at least in the Japanese side of things, that dedicate themselves to Sky Striker content. So I guess for him, he wants to be like the Sky Striker guy. So I can see how like it works for him, which, and he's doing wonders too, which I'm really happy for him. Again, he's. Oh, what's up? Oh, I'm shouting out loud. Oh, sorry. I guess how do I sound now? Yeah, I was kind of like. Oh, what did you say? No. Oh, you know, you mean like shouting out like my buddy? Ah, my voice. You say shouting out loud is not a way of making content on YouTube or social media. Oh wait, do you mean like the screamer content you see with like people who stream on Twitch? It's like yeah, like that. Is that what you mean, Fanan? By like you know, shouting out loud? Because I know that. Oh yeah, the screamer content. I mean, is that why? Like, I mean, what's your thoughts on Team Samurai? I guess it really depends on the audience too, because I feel with Team Samurai, he is naturally like high energy. So I guess the screamer content, it works for him. I think. I oh yeah, the screaming's kind of cringe. I guess it's not for everyone. I kind of like the in terms of like the first 30 seconds when I go to Team Samurai's video, and him being like, "Today we are going to unlock the power of like whatever broken card," and then he says like, "Hey everyone, it's your boy Team Samurai. Happy whatever day," and he says it out loud. I just die laughing. Okay, that is it. Never ceases to make me like stop smile, like not smile. Like happy Tuesday. You know, I mean, I think that well, that's the thing nowadays with YouTube, right? You have to be kind of like play off that overhyped, clickbaity energy. Unfortunately, that's the meta, and not only that for YouTube, the meta. What's your thoughts on like reaction content? Do you think that it's and that's the thing I kind of didn't like because reaction content, it's such like low effort content that's extremely popular. And you kind of feel bad for like actual creators who spend like weeks or even months researching a video and then some guy just like, "Oh, he barely like does any edits or reactions to it and he rakes in more views than the original like, you know, video itself." Oh, reaction content is kind of bad because it's repeatedly doing the same thing all over again. I mean, you know that no, that's true, but I guess that's what people want to watch. I don't know when it's gonna get tiring. I remember like back, there was like a debate. It was like a little drama war between like Twitch streamers and YouTubers, in which like okay, all that the Twitch streamers all they do is just like you know sponge off other like YouTubers like hard work earned like you know work content, and they just barely say anything. They're just eating like their breakfast watching, and then it's uploaded. Guy watching this giggles, nod, 10 minutes to the end. I mean, well, there are some like, well, I mean, well, who are those like the big reaction content creators? At least Twitch. I think there's Asmongold, there's Hassan, XQC. You know, those are ones I know. Like, no. Yeah, that content creator gets more view and fame. Unless maybe there. Do you think there should be a rule in which like, okay, you're not allowed to react to a video immediately when it comes out. Maybe give it like a week or so, right? At least give it, you know, the original, you know, creator time to rake in views, and after that, they can give it a go. Ugh. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, have some channel rule like that. Yeah, just imagine, like, man, right? You put out, like, a video, right? You spend weeks on end, like, editing, doing research, right? Listening to it over and over, make sure everything's, like, great. You put it out there, and then I just, like, I do some reaction. I barely pause at all. I just, like, watch along and say, oh, cool, whatever, while I eat, like, my oatmeal. And I rake in more views than you. That is an incredibly demoralizing feeling. And I will say that people, like, there are some Twitch streamers that were pretty out of touch, in which, that, okay, all you have to do for a YouTube video, right? It's just, it only takes you like 10 minutes to upload. And that was like one of the most like tone deaf things I've heard. I actually thought that too, right? I thought it was just simple, just like, okay, it just takes 10 minutes just to upload a straight up video. But no, it takes hours. Like, if you look at behind the scenes in terms of editing and researching and making sure you, and everything is like punchy to the point. It's a lot harder than it seems. You say they have a channel rule like that where they said that reacting content should be done 1 week since the release. I mean, I guess that's the Twitch business model, right? And I think for a while that there was some contention whether or not, like, okay, what falls under like fair use? Because people argue that, like, okay, you just like saying that, oh, cool, whatever, right? While the video is playing, it's not enough to be transformative. Because people's definitions of, like, you know, of transformative content is that, okay, it has to like not be way different and not take away from the original video. Like with commentary too, right? You would have to pause and you have to give, like, I would say with Asmongold, he can pause for, like, for a video and go on like maybe like a 5-minute rant in between, which is fine. You see? And every dedicated videos deserve to be more known. I mean, I would say this, right? In terms of like, let's say decency, right? You know that, like, if for someone reacting to the video, you should at least do the common courtesy of linking the original video underneath your, like, your video, your reaction, as well as like try to, and get permission from the person while you're doing it. I mean, obviously under fair use, you don't have to, but I feel like maybe if you're like a giant creator and you're getting racking all these views, maybe for me, I feel like I would be like, you know, give some credit where it's due, right? Because after all, they are the ones who put like weeks on end on the video, not me. And I don't know what your thought, instead of not just reactions, what's your thoughts on just like clip channels in which that, okay, like the original clip channels, and then they just put like a thumbnail over it, and that, you know, that entire like reaction clip channel just gets more views than your original channel. It sucks. You know, some people do give credit. Well, no, that's great. I know that. No, I'm just saying that for some people, right? Some like big like creators who are whose sole content is just reacting to other people's content like daily. I also heard that there are some people who are trying to like react to like anime like episodes. I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Because I know that like how they do it, right? And which people do like their channels are solely based on watching anime and reacting to it. They have to like blur it out and not obviously you can't like play the entire thing because they don't want to risk getting like copyright struck by the company. Like let's say AKA like Toei Animation or whatnot. It's boring. I mean, there are some like okay, I will be a little guilty, right? I enjoy watching like people watch Naruto for the first time. I watch like mashups of people watching Naruto Shippuden, at least with certain scenes, right? Which is really fun to watch. It's like kind of like you're like there, right, to see like oh they like how they're gonna react to like when they see this for the first time. Yeah, I don't know how my Zeus is wiped out. I have no clue. Let me see another song. Uh, Dreamwalker Rita. Let me finish playing the song. I'll play it. For the song September, every September, I always go to the comment section, and I just go click on newest, and it's always like, do you guys remember? It's always a treat. Ugh. You clear my throat. Ugh. You're saying the Dreamwalker Read is a meme? I can't wait to check it out. What are some other meme songs? Like I remember like there was like Linkin Park. There was also Evanescence. Or like I call it the Wake Me Up Inside song. Which I first heard from the movie Daredevil. I think it was in 2003. Oh, you're saying the September meme? Yeah, true. I don't know if you watched like the show Macro Stelta, but it sounds super similar. After your G Walker Rita, I'm gonna play that the what like this. There's this one anime called like mech music anime called Macro Stelta, and I feel like they could have like plagiarized the song. It sounds so similar. What's he gonna do? Well, it looks like that's game. Alright. Now he's gonna finish me off. Let me play the song. Um, is this one you're talking about? It's the first thing I see. Let me know if this is the song, Fan. Okay, good. I like listening to new music. And that's the thing though, when I was like in like Asia, like Korea or Taiwan, whenever I walked into the store and I would hear some like, K-pop or Asian song, I would just like pull out my phone. I would pull out my phone and I would just like, you know, put it up in the air like I don't care and just pull out my Shazam app. Oh sure, I accidentally put my lights on my phone. That's hilarious. You're saying this song is not being used in a meme? Wait, what the heck? Wait, are you serious? We're under maintenance? No way. What the heck? So how long is this maintenance for? I actually didn't know there was maintenance today. Is it because of it'll take up like 4 hours? Wow. I mean, we could just sit here and like chat, I guess. Good. That's just hilarious. I mean, I'm here for, you know, just want to talk about, we're just listening to music. What do you think is it like the maintenance for? Is it, because I heard from the ban list, right? They were planning on like, obviously, right, with banning Totally Awesome and the Union Carrier, people were saying that they're trying to anticipate sprites and tier limits coming into Master Duel. Is that what the reason? You say they update new mission in Duel Pass? Okay. Okay, let me see then. Let me find another game to play. Because I did not expect this at all. Not gonna lie. Okay, I think, you know what? I'm gonna say Shadowverse. How that? Let's play that. Maybe there's some dailies I want to catch up on. You hope that IOC never come in. Oh, that's the one? Oh, Invasion. Was it? What was the, Invasion of Chaos? Or Illusion of Chaos? I forgot. I think Invasion of Chaos was like the very old school, like, Chaos pack. Yeah, Illusion of Chaos. Okay. Alright, give me a moment. I am going to exit. And voila, presto changeo. I'm playing Shadowverse. Alright, let me edit my stream. Let me see, like, change the category. I don't want to mislead people. Here we go. And let's check the hold on, give me a moment. Let's see if the settings. The music. Does it give you a sword too, so you won't be timed out by the Nightbot? I'll talk to like my I'll talk to my team about that. I haven't really talked to them much. I was just focused more on just streaming itself. But I try not to like, you know, to discriminate. I think that the rules apply to everyone. But that doesn't mean that I won't like grant certain privileges to people like I do with my like mods. Okay, let's go to multiplayer. Let's do some arena. Let's play some Take-Two. In case anyone's wondering, this is just anime Hearthstone. Is he? Are you are part of a team content creator? No, I wish, you know, hey, if anyone's watching, if you want to sponsor just like this this no-name streamer be my guest. But obviously, I currently don't have the clout. So, Fanon, I'll let you choose a class. You want me to play Dragoncraft, Swordcraft, or Portalcraft? And I forgot to ask you, like, have you ever played like Hearthstone or no? Yeah, you've ever played Swordcraft? Oh, I meant like Shadowverse or Hearthstone. Because how I got into Shadowverse is like the Hearthstone player Crypt. He did a video on it, and he sold me on it. It was okay. This is pretty much anime Hearthstone, but instead of like it being more, RNG based, it's more like less RNG based. I'd say more control. Oh, term team. So I have a bunch of friends. I would say that who's helping me become like a streamer. They help me with like the troubleshooting and the techno stuff regarding OBS and etc. That's what I mean. Like even I haven't like fully like know all the functions of my dashboard. But it is a good thing to I need to learn that like later on down the line. But for now I'm just like focusing on just like the streaming in general. If I'm just being honest with you, like fan. That's what I mean. I don't think I have like a when people think of team, right? If they think of like this huge big production team and etc. But it's just like me and like a group of friends who are helping me with this whole like streaming journey because they feel like I have like the personality to be a streamer. I know like whenever I play Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like relatively quiet, but whenever I do get to like talk, I get to show my personality, which is nice. And that's the thing starting off, right? Like streaming, that you just have to keep rambling and try to get used to just talking without people in the chat. Because obviously having someone in the chat and it's a lot easier. I mean, it's rough without having anyone, speaking. That's why I'm very grateful for you just being here, just chatting and supporting me. Who knows? One of these days, right? If I do make it big, you will be one of like my supporters from the very beginning. You say you have to talk while there's no one around there. What do you mean? Like just like when there's like no one watching? Oh yeah, I'd still have to talk. I would just say that. Yeah, I know that the number one thing, in streaming, like you don't want to have like completely dead air. That's the. No, I'm saying that is hard. You just have to say something. You just can't be quiet the entire time. And that's why people say that. Yeah, streaming is hard. It's not for everyone. Like, how can you like consistently, do streams for like a long period of time? There are people who do this for like a full time, and they stream like what, like 8, maybe 10 hours a day. No, that is true. Talking is a prominent way of attracting people. I agree. And I would say that I kind of missed my chance with Hearthstone. I felt it would have been a perfect game for me, right? It's a card game I enjoy, and all I have to do is just there's not really that much multitasking. I kind of felt like I've wasted my chance at that, and Hearthstone did come out during the time that I started like my first year in college. And I have a feeling that at the time I didn't have the money, and there was no way my parents would allow me to do that. Absolutely not. You see? You never played Hearthstone before? Hearthstone, it's a game based off like what, the World of Warcraft like universe. It revolves around like, okay, you have a bunch of cards. They have like their mana costs here. Every turn you get like a mana crystal, and the goal is to like summon minions and then like tap your opponent life points, get them down to 0. And each player starts off with like what, 30 health. In Shadowverse, it's 20. What do I want? I can evolve this. And the thing about Shadowverse 2, right? Instead of just being, like I said, mentioned earlier, being more on RNG like Hearthstone. Hearthstone's more like, Shadowverse is more focused on like control. Like I said, you have a mechanic called like the evolution orbs. Like turn 4 or 5, you have the ability to activate these orbs in which you can make your creature stronger, and you give it like 2/2 attack and defense, and it can give it rush, which means that it can attack your opponent's minions immediately. Because when you summon a creature, it has like summoning sickness, so you can't attack the turn it's summoned. It's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Imagine Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like that, right? They had like the Vengeful Box Spirit effect, in which, okay, you summon a monster and it can't attack the same turn it was summoned. I still remember in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! For like the Battle City rules, it had that. So whenever you fusion summon a monster, it can't attack the same turn it was summoned, unless you have like a quick attack spell card. And not only that, did you evolve, was it like you can get a 2/2, like 2 attack, 2 defense, and a rush to attack one of your opponent's minions immediately. You get a special effect too. And the art design changes for the card. So which is cool. You said that, was it you play Yu-Gi-Oh! As a card game and you played Pokemon TCG a couple of times? I never like played the Pokemon TCG. I didn't even know how the Pokemon like TCG game works. I thought it was just more for this collection. I know that for when I went to my cousin's place, they would have like the elemental like Pokemon cards, and which was cool, but I just never even bothered like getting to know how the game worked, because I wasn't that interested in Pokemon as a whole. You're saying this, you're not saying, but have like a Robina as a Robina as a profile pick right now. You said you hate Flunder, it would be so hypocritical. Don't worry about it. So they're here, and there's certain cards that like will allow you to evolve by its own effects. So that means that you don't even have to use your own like your evolution orbs, which is good because it works for me, right, with this game, because I play relatively more conservative and more control based. So I have to know when to manage my cards because of card economy. Obviously, like, value matters in this game, like any other card game, right? You don't want to burn off all your cards and be like wide open. It's like with Yu-Gi-Oh! Like whenever you drop a max C, okay, you have to like make sure like you have to commit or not commit. You want to give your opponent 10 cards, and you're confident that you still have a board that is unbreakable, go for it. We say Flunder reached first place in Manchai CS, kind of crazy. Wonder will die. I mean, for Flaunderies, there are certain decks I do not like. I don't like Flaunderies. I don't like Eldritch. And then you know, Despia is like, it's okay. Maybe because I'm like a fusion guy. I think fusion's by far like my favorite like summoning method out of all like the ones from the extra deck. Let's see. What do I want to do? Okay, let's play these two. Genki. Let's pop you. Power Rangers, let's go. I don't want to evolve it given due to the fact that I think I want to save it for someone like better. I want to try to optimize and like milk the card as much as possible. Preferably like a minion that has like an evolve on effect. You see that Flaunder deck didn't even play Shifter. He sided some going second. I remember like when I first saw Shifter, I keep confusing like Dimensional Barrier and Dimensional Shifter. Because like, okay, D Barrier is the trap card, that which like, okay, no extra deck summon except links. And D Shifter is like, okay, no graveyard for you. Let it rip. And I just love top decking. Opa. Heal. For anyone who's here, I was supposed to play Master Duel. I didn't know that there was a maintenance update, so I guess I'm switching over to Shadowverse, which is fine because I haven't played in a while, and it'd be nice, you know, to just take a little break, as well as, you know, catch up with some dailies. Why not? You say it's funny too because like D Bear also negates Stop Pendulum, and that's the thing though. I think I told you this, fan end, right? When I stopped the, you know, paper Yu-Gi-Oh slash TCG when Pendulums hit. I think most coincidentally Hearthstone came out or worldwide, so it's like, okay, you know that like that meme with the, I think it's like the jealous girlfriend meme. It's the guy who looks at the girl with the red dress, like the red shirt, red dress, and he had like the girl looking at the boyfriend, like disgusted. Or like the Toy Story meme, in which like, sorry, I don't want to play with you, like that. I think that's how I felt at the time, because at that point, like XC's monsters were tolerable, but when it got to Pendulums, it was like, okay, this is getting way too like degenerate. Can I win? Is this game? Ugh. Did it. You said you're only into Yu-Gi-Oh since February 2000, was it 2022? Yeah, that's pretty much. Master Duel came out like in like, I think it was mid or late January of last year. So you're only technically an MD player only. Nice. I mean, I love people just like getting to Yu-Gi-Oh no matter who, because I know that like, you know, for the mainline Yu-Gi-Oh series, like after Vrange, they just switched off to just focusing on Yu-Gi-Oh Rush Duels or Sevens, whatever, which is fine, right? Cater to a younger demographic, and who knows, right? That younger demographic can like, if they are into Rush Duel or Sevens, it's a gateway into like wanting to play Master Duel or just get into the TCG. Like, I will always be welcome for people who wanted to like get into Yu-Gi-Oh. Because, you know, I guess for me, I don't think like I will be playing Yu-Gi-Oh forever, but it's nice to like, you know, pass the torch to like the next generation. Like Generation Next, right? From like GX. I'll pass. Wait, what? December 2021 was like when MD came out. Was that only for like the for the OCG or like the Japanese audience? Because I'm pretty sure that unless like January 2022 was for for North America. Ugh. And I can't believe it's already been a year, and for like Master Duel. And Konami hasn't done anything yet. They haven't really. They've been pretty quiet. Hasn't been like at least like a countdown that says, oh, here's when like the worldwide mobile or whatever release date is, so we can give you more gemmies and let's celebrate. Wait, you're saying that it's kind of reasonable? Wait, they are? Wait, they already did like a special anniversary thing? They're about to be announced the sprite and tier limits. I will say this though, the moment tier limits comes out, it's gonna be like the Toy Story meme, right? Sorry, Sky Striker, I want to play with tier limits. And I don't really know much about sprites too. I'm just like focused on just tier limits because that's like the main deck that's wreaking havoc for TCG. Ray is still in our hearts. Well, no, Ray is like always in many of our hearts. I don't forgot if I already said this already, but you know that like Ray has her own manga, right? That's why we've been getting a lot of new support, and we're getting pretty much support that's based off her series. And so far they've done 10 chapters of the Sky Striker like manga. I know that for Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG, they want to focus on. I know it's called the Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG, right? It's not like what people say. It's called the only Sky Striker manga. Later on they're going to introduce like more like lores and backgrounds for certain card and archetypes. Like I'd say they could probably do like Albaz or like Ecclesia background too. Because they've been releasing a lot more cards. I guess more like lore behind the cards too. You said that Sky Striker support was just the worth you felt you were just making for the lore. And yeah, that's the thing though. The new support for Sky Strikers, there are only like a couple cards that are, I would say, you could see like tournament play. I'd say Sky Striker Celia is one, and Azalea too. The old man and the woman are not that great as support cards because it kind of defeats the purpose of Sky Striker, in which you have to have like no monsters in the main zone in order to use your spells. Yeah, and every main deck monster is kind of well, I disagree with you. I believe that was it Sela? What is it? Sila or Sela? Like the Ray's foster mother. She's actually pretty. She's not bad. Because what's her effect? Okay, she's 2200 attack, level 6. You could pitch a spell, summon her to your field, banish the spell from your grave, and to give it to your opponent. And you can special summon one Sky Striker from your grave. So let's say you can like special summon Kagari, and then you can go like pop off from there. The Ray Mama, it's kind of mad. You would only play one. Yeah, I would say I would just play one of her. Azalea, the new Link 2, is not. Well, here's the interesting thing though. It's not like with Zeke, right? When you need only one Sky Striker like ace monster. It could be any generic light or dark to make her. So we could definitely see you play not just Sky Striker, but in general too. We'll take it. Like the new Sky Striker Link's not. It's not bad. It could have been a lot better, I'd say. Who knows? Maybe they'll make Camellia, the other one, a lot stronger. You see? Let's give Rush to you. You see, it's sad that Ray have to run over. Oh yeah, what people didn't know, right? When they actually read the effect of like her foster mother, their effect to like give it to the other opponent's side. Yeah, it is like based off the lore of the story. And I remember when people said, like, when the first chapter happened, right? Oh, how old is Rey gonna be? When they found out that she was 13, like, I remember, I'm not kidding. There are some, like, Discord, like, there's some Discord servers that said, okay, now that we actually know her real age, that there's no, like, dojins or, like, loot art of her. Because that's, like, I get, like, that's a no-no. But what people don't realize that, you know, like, hey, she got a time skip, right? So she's, like 15. So which is good. Which is, well, no, hey, which is fine. Rey is aging. She's probably, well, to me, she's probably gonna be like what, 18 by the end of the story. And here's what I'm gonna say though. What's the Sky Strikers? Is that I thought like it was only gonna be like a couple, like a one shot, right? Like only one full chapter. That's it, no more, and they move on to other like lores for the cards. But it managed to complete a single volume, which is pretty impressive. I guess people like see the potential on like Sky Strikers, right? You gotta invest in your like Sky Striker, like your waifu, you know, taxes or waifu stock, I guess. And if it manages, they can keep milking this as much as possible. Like I believe like Sky Striker or is pretty popular in the OCG or Japan. And I think I read somewhere like in terms of like manga or manga sales, that Sky Striker actually beat like Hunter x Hunter. And what do you say though? What is it? It's access code. What is it? Realmia? There's her name. People modified access code as her. I mean, I actually did see like artwork of that, of people. Like, it's just okay. You just combine Rey with like access code talker. Who knows? Maybe in the future you're giving like Konami ideas, right? Perhaps that, you know, Rey gets her like her ultimate form. She gets like a Link 3 or Link 4 that acts like an access code talker. And if you look at like linkage, right, for Sky Striker, I actually like the design. So we're probably gonna see a foreshadowing, right, of like, you know, Rey holding Rose in her arms, and then her eyes glow. It kind of reminds me, and her eyes glowing reminds me of like from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, like season 4, in which like, you know, Judai or Jaden, his eyes are like the same as Yubel's, right? He has like a glowing left or right eye that's like orange, and a glowing left and right green eye. Imagine access code was only Sky Striker. That would be cool. That would be, I don't know. I don't think they would have banned it, right? Or limit it. Because they already, like, limit, what, Kagari initially. Now you have a chance to one card Link 4. I mean, here's how it would work, though. Because, okay, you would just, like, what? Use Widow Anchor to take control of your opponent's monster. Go into like a Zeke. So maybe they're like, and that's the thing though. For Sky Striker when it came out, right? It was just majority spells and only two monsters, like two main monsters, Rey and Rose. So now like that, hey, with the new updates, right? We got the old man, the mentor, and we have the foster mom. The foster mommy. Do you think they'll ever bring back Hulk? Or no? Hulk is just dead. Because I actually did see some artwork in which like Rey and Rose were like really crying and sad that their action figure Hulk was just dead. Their plaything. Let me see what I want to banish. Can I attack again? No, that's it. You see, Hulk is kind of stupid. I had mixed feelings about Hulk. I was initially happy that Hulk was dead because during like the Duelist Cup, we got not only DPE people abused, but Hulk as well. It was just like free. It was so annoying too. But now that Hulk is gone, it's then how am I supposed to get to access code Talker? Because that was the best way for me to do that, right? Just get Valor and what Ray or Rose, and go into Hulk, and then go into Celine, and then boom, wombo combo. You gotta go now. All right, I'll see you later, Fanan. Nice talking. Always nice talking to you. Okay, let's see here. I got 2, 3, and 4. I mean, I know that with Hulk being banned, I know people are like, yes, finally, but people are saying, okay, what about like Verde? What about Auroradon? But it turns out when it came to like the DPE engine for Yu-Gi-Oh, they didn't really need to like, it wasn't necessary to ban like Verde, all right? Because all they had to do was just remove Celestial, and then the deck is like, it's crippled, but not to the point that it's unplayable. So you have to have like a nice little balance. And Auroradon, it really hasn't seen like much play. I think after like Hulk getting hit, we didn't see that many like synchro combo decks. All we just see for Yu-Gi-Oh is just, well, before it was just like Emancipator Despia, but now from what I'm seeing, it's like Mathmech, Runic, Despia, and Sword Soul. I'm just gonna go face. Hope everyone else is having a great night or morning, depending on where you guys are. I always make the assumption that by saying I hope everyone has a good night, because in my time zone right now it's 8:44 Pacific Standard Time. I always have to consider like everyone else in different like throughout the globe. So that's why I just say, instead of everyone else have a great evening, I just say evening/morning, depending where you guys are. Maybe afternoon too. Oh, let's pump. What's she gonna do? Who is she from? I know that Shadowverse does like a lot of collabs, with anime, with certain anime series. Like I remember there was like one for Code Geass, and even they did a collab with their own like Shadowverse Flame. So I'm actually, unless anyone can tell me like who's this from, because I have no idea. Oh, let's pass. And speaking of Shadowverse Flame, I haven't caught up yet. I know I've watched like the original Shadowverse, which is fine. And Shadowverse Flame, I think I'm like, what, 5, 6 episodes behind. I gotta catch up on that. And so far, I'm liking Flame a lot more than the original. Because with Flame, I just like the cast a lot more. And I will say that I actually played the Shadowverse video game on Nintendo Switch, which was really fun. I do like highly recommend anyone to try to play it if you guys like Shadowverse. It was like a combination of Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. All you do is just like you're in school setting, you're just collecting cards, and go, and then you actually have like game original characters in there, and you just like battle with one another, any of the NPCs. You can play as either like a guy or girl in the Shadowverse Switch game, and I actually spent like 40 and 50 hours on the game too. I just decided just to do like battle duel everyone, and I hope in the future that they make a Shadowverse like sequel or Shadowverse Flame game, which I would definitely like buy and play. Because I just walk around like Pokemon, just gotta catch them all, and just duel one another. And there are cards from the Shadowverse like Flame anime that actually like show up here. So in case I don't know if anyone's watched like the Shadowverse Flame, you have like the main like Swordcraft user, and she uses like a hero version of Swordcraft. So like it's pretty much like a Power Rangers themed deck. And right here you have Wind Slasher. It reminds me of, I don't know if I'm not kidding. It really reminds me of like Elemental Hero Avion from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Yeah, my voice. Just got some drinking some water is very important. I will say that as a streamer, I have to learn when to take my breaks and get up and stretch, because I think it's sitting down for one place too long is bad for you. And normally for me, I think I should drink a lot more water, but the reason I guess I don't is because I feel like I would just go to the bathroom way too often. But like I think it's a good idea to drink so I don't get like tired. Because that like the dehydration can just like make me dizzy. Yeah. Forgive me. I will mute myself whenever I need to like cough, because I guess I might have caught a cold. But here's the thing though, I'm not like sniffling, and I don't feel like dizzy. It's just that I've just been constantly coughing, and I've been taking like nighttime medicine to help. I just have to keep constantly taking it, and I feel like it's slightly working, so I just gotta keep it up. I know that's for some people, since like streaming is their like full-time job, that like, even though if you're like sick or tired, you just have to do it, right? You have to put on a show and entertain. Whew. Okay, let's see right here. I think I'm going to do 2 damage. I'm going to go for the guarantee. I'm going to just like trade. I'll pass, because I don't want to chance it and like take another 7 damage. What you gonna do? So next turn I can just go for my Avion and attack, and then next turn I have 2 legendary sword commanders. This is crazy. It's so like, I know it's for Swordcraft, but I feel like the conditions are just so, what is it? Basic. Where it's like there's no like drawback. I mean, like literally, you just summon, rush, and just like nuke the board. Like, is this card for real? Let's go with. Okay, let's go with Freya. And then here, let's go with Avion. And I'm debating, should I rush for this? I'm gonna evolve. Because I don't want to keep taking more damage. I want to like pressure my opponent. Next turn it should be game over. Cause how is he gonna win? Alright, well since he did 3 to everyone right back at you. Not only do I hit my opponent, but I also hit 3 to their board too. Attack with all 3, 4. What the heck just happened? I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know what was going on. Okay, let's get our rewards and let me see what's the next class I want to play. Shadowcraft, Portal, or let's do a Dragoncraft. I usually like Dragoncraft. It's pretty much like the Shadowverse equivalent of Druid from Hearthstone, because I would just like to just ramp up. And I also, and the new Dragoncraft cards allowed you to buff like the defensive capabilities in your deck. Do I want to ramp? Discard? Nope. Dark Mermaid. I'll get Dark Mermaid. Evolving and doing damage right off the bat is usually really good. Rush. Marauder. I'll get this. Get more rush minions. Here I can get like a Blader. I'll get a Cavalier. Look at she's so like cute and menacing with her riding the lizard creature. What's this? Whenever you play a condemned follower or a non-follower card, subtract 1 cost for this card. Banish a card from. Let's get a Rhino Man. This is what I'm talking about. So I can give everyone in my deck 0-1, and everyone, if I revolve, I can do it again. Not missing an opportunity to do that. You want look at this. Levitating Dragon. I'll take the the anime protagonist main ace. Board wipe. Let's get the 2-drop. Hailworm. Wipe the board. And here, let's get a Mermaid. You get Drake. And last but not least, what is this? It's a wait, no way. It's a 0 cost. So gain 3/3, and war and draw 3, deal attack. Well, I want the ruler. Rush. Oh man, I'll get this one. Sorry, the 0/0 is really tempting though. You don't see like a 0 cost, like mana cost minion as often. But I don't know who in the right mind would just play it by itself. You usually just want to go for its enhanced ability. Let's get these. Swap these two out. Yeah, I get one drop out. So next turn I can follow up with just keeping my 2 drop. Okay, I think I would use this to like 2 drop rush to attack and go for face. So next turn I can just go drop a draconic weapon and then go for a. I can drop these 2. Let's get some trades. Oh, it's in stealth mode. Can't do anything against that, so I'll just go face. I need to just keep the pressure against my opponent. Make sure to overwhelm them. Alright, let me play some let's play some music. Yeah, let's get the mood up. Let's get fire. Let's get here. Let's get Firebrand. Attack. And now let's strike. I'll pass. I would like to. I normally would like to save it, but you know I don't. I want to play on curve. I don't want like a wasted mana or just like point. Hey Fanon, what's up? Hold on, give me a moment. I think his attack. Man, I don't want to drop my Dark Mermaid. I want to save it for something juicier. I think I'll drop my Draconic Weapon and I'll pass. So what's he gonna do now? He's gonna attack? So fair that anything new while I was gone or no? Or I mean anything new with you while I was playing? Okay, let's go with our 4-day. I can attack directly. What? Do I want to shoot? Nah, I think I'm gonna trade. As tempting as it me to go for face, I don't want to get greedy. I don't know if that was worth it. I would have saved it for something bigger. I would have dropped. Hopefully the next Shadowverse game can come out. Would love to play it. Because it's been, what, a couple of years since the first one came out? You thought you'd have lunch, but you were full at the moment because you had breakfast earlier. I will say this. While I was at my aunt's place, like staying over in Vietnam, I had like 3. Are you serious? No, first Master Duel, now Shadowverse. Dude, fan, this is hilarious. Dude, I feel like I would probably just want to call it. See, like, what is this? Because these are the only games I can play, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega. Okay, I was just gonna say when I was in like Vietnam and I was staying at like my relative's place, we had like three like dinner style meals. What I mean by that is that okay, during like 7 a.m. breakfast, right? Go downstairs, and I'm not kidding. It was like a dinner style breakfast in which like normally I would have like rice, like a bowl of soup and some meat at dinner time, but I had it in the morning, and then like a few 5 hours later, I had it again, and then later on, I felt my stomach. I felt like I was gonna throw up for eating so much. And the thing about with like in Vietnam, right? It was just cheap, simple and delicious Vietnamese food, which is super cheap too. And for drinks, I would have like sugarcane. And also like I don't know who else likes milk tea because I like it. The milk tea in Vietnam was kind of mid. I don't know if it's just me, but like if anyone's heard of Gongcha, Gongcha was pretty much like the what? Like the Starbucks of milk tea. I mean, I feel like it's everywhere, and it's like it's okay. It's okay, but and that's just that with like Vietnam itself. Went to the countryside, and I got to like went with my family. We spent 6 hours driving to this one like sacred temple place to get some sacred water. I honestly felt like I don't know if anyone's watched like the original Dragon Ball, because if anyone how Goku, right? He like climbs up the tower or Korin's tower to like find the sacred water, like get the sacred water in order to beat like mercenary Tao because he was outmatched at the time. And with Goku, in order for him to get the water, he had to just like fight Korin. But also, when it turned out that like when Goku managed to like get the water from Korin and grab it from him, it turned out it was just tap water. The whole sacred water was just the training itself, which is just really cheesy, but quite enjoyable too to watch. Like, okay, the power was like within you the entire time. We finally got like the sacred water, and I will just say that it was just kind of tired. Like it was like 5 6 hours on like the road, and then we had to bypass like like the fields where like again was the manure. It was humid too during the summer, so it was summertime. It's really humid. It's hard to breathe, and even when you breathe, it's kind of like manure and like everywhere. And even we tried like not even breathe through your nose, but try to open like breathe through your mouth. It's like you can kind of taste it. It's kind of gross, like the air itself. Oh yeah, but fan, you said that you should have find someone to make you emotes so that if someone subs to you, they can use your emotes on other channel if they find it cute or cool, and you'll be able to be more known if someone finds. That's actually I actually didn't think of like that, fan. And I'll keep that. No, I will keep that in mind. But that's the thing. I guess I have to find some like emotes. Or think be creative, right? What are some emotes that like people would wonder what's cute and just to use? But I don't know. Like, I think I would have to commission to pay for someone, right, in order to do the emotes. Because you find other channels emotes cute and you just click on them. Yeah, and I also heard because that is a good way because I know that like I learned that like rating people is a good way to like expand like your reach to other communities. But all emoting is not a bit like emo's also a good idea to like lead. Yeah, so thanks for like the heads up for that like fan ed. And as you can see, again, what a crazy coincidence that Master Duel and Shadowverse are under maintenance. I don't know what to make of it, and I'll say that are they gonna release like the new content at the same time? Because I think I'm not sure like for like when the last expansion came out for Shadowverse. Maybe the maintenance is for releasing their mini sets. That's what they did with Hearthstone. So for Master Duel, I gotta wait. Oh, anyway, you're watching Vinland Saga and JoJo so far this season? Not nice. I will say that, what is it? For this season, right? For anime, I'm trying to wait until To Your Eternity is done. And let me see here. I'm gonna check on like what's going on this season to talk about. Vinland Saga season 2. I'm planning waiting for that to be done so I can binge it with my family. I'm watching. Oh, and also Tokyo Revengers 2. I'm gonna wait for that to be done. Tokyo Revenge. I know that if anyone's watched Tokyo Revengers, I found it weird because I didn't know about this, right? Like in the show, that like the ED for Tokyo Revengers, they actually had like swastikas in there, which they censored. And here's the thing about swastikas too, because for the longest time I thought it was just a like oh, just like the symbol of like the Nazis, but whenever I went to like a relative's place, because they're Buddhist too, I saw like, wait, why does like Buddha have like a Nazi symbol or something like that? But it turns out that it was like the Nazis that kind of hijacked the swastika, because the swastika in the context of religion and Buddhism, it's a peace symbol, but the Nazis kind of like inverted it and made it their own. So that's what they did. They censored it. And what do you say, Tokyo? You didn't watch it though. You recognize? Yeah, this is the Maya theme from Persona. You're right. Where'd you hear about this, Fanon? Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, what'd you heard about it? Yeah, you said that it was from the Tempest stream. If you don't know, no, I don't know about that. I never heard of like Tempest. And I was gonna say, continue. I was gonna wait for Tokyo Revenge. I would say, if you want to watch something, like I would say Tokyo Revengers. You can watch that. But I would say like if once season 2 is done for Tokyo Revengers, you should just binge it. What else I'm watching? I heard Nier Automatica. I know it's like it's got an anime adaptation. It's based off a video game, and I heard it's pretty good as far as like video game anime adaptations. And recently, like not just that show, but other shows too, they're getting delays because like the reasoning, because I was on Twitter and they said that, oh, this like anime show, this episode's getting delayed because of COVID again. So I guess COVID's back in rising in Japan. I guess the cases. Yeah, it did. You could check it out, Fanan. It's airing this season, like Nier Automatica. I would say the only video game like games I've played that had like an anime adaptation was Persona 3, Persona 4, Persona 5. I forgot what other like games I played that actually had like I mean, if you consider Final Fantasy 7, because it's anyone watched like the Final Fantasy 7 movie, that Final Fantasy 7 had that got an anime like movie adaptation. And not just like Persona. I forgot what other games had adaptation. What is it? You haven't watched anime recently, TBH? I mean, yeah, I know some friends of mine who haven't watched anime recently. I guess they're watching other like non-anime shows. Like for me, in terms of like non-anime shows I watched, I'm currently watching a show called You right now, and it's on Netflix too. I guess it's like the plot is about this a guy. He's like a ultra like stalker, and I'm like what 6 episodes in, and I'm trying to like catch up and watch like the first season right before I visit my friends like in New York. I don't know when I'm gonna visit them, but they said that I should just like at least watch the first season because that show has 4 seasons already, and it's long. And for me, I've been spending time streaming, and I don't think I have time to just like watch that. Even like even anime in general, they're only like I could normally just I have like maybe 6 or 7 shows a season to watch. But now with streaming, I really kind of have to narrow it down to like shows I really want to watch, and then later on, like I can just like binge the rest or just save it on like my flight. What biscuit no doll? What is that? Oh, my dress up darling. Yeah, I watched my dress up darling. I like that show. I know that a lot. I think it's just like the flavor of the season, whatever you want to call it. But that I've seen a lot of cosplays of like the main girl, like the Gyaru girl, and her design is like it's pretty simple too. It's not that hard to cosplay as her. My dress up darling's nice. I hope it gets like a season two. It's a fun watch. Bochi the Rock. I've seen memes of Bochi, and I heard it's really good, and I haven't had time to watch it. I should watch it though. And you spent times just playing games and just seeing streams. Yeah, for me, like it's just my day to day. I just like go to work, stream, and on weekends try to hang out with friends and family. Oh, Spy X. Okay, there's oh, it's Spy Family. I've caught up with that. Okay, here's the thing. How do you guys pronounce it? Do you pronounce it as Spy X Family or Spy Family? Or do you pronounce it Spy Times Family? Because I know with Hunter X Hunter, that's what I usually call it, right? But I know some people just call it Hunter x Hunter. And that's why, yeah, you're right. Bochi is relatable. She gets like social anxiety and she's awkward. And to be honest, that's how I was, right? Because I would never have to like think about streaming if it wasn't for like, my friends and me going to work. Because I would tell you this though, right? Because me and my friends, we try to do like some filming projects for fun. Whenever they show like a flash the camera at me, I could not be myself. I would just be like awkward. I would be like not say anything. I know with streaming it's a lot like I know it's with streaming it's a lot more pressure, but I feel like a lot more comfortable. And I'm glad that Master Duel came out because it's a game that's within my realm of expertise that I can talk about and be comfortable with playing and talking. You say that they normally spell Spy X Family, and yeah, so and you said you had social anxiety too. I mean, I would say with social anxiety, well, there's like there's some leveling degrees of anxiety. I know that like there's some anxieties that make you feel like you want to have a panic attack, which is really terrifying. Because I know there are certain instances that like I thought I wasn't gonna be like graduate college on time, and I felt it was the worst feeling ever. I feel like I potentially would have been on the stage, and because I know that for graduation they give you like the little like the graduation, I forgot what's it called. They give you the little board where the thing inside, which has like where you put your diploma, but you obviously get your diploma mailed to you later. Forgot what it's called. So even though streaming is like is though streaming is some like opening up and talking to a lot of people, you still have to play the game against the in the computer at all times. And that's the thing though. It's I don't think streaming's not for everyone. Like it's kind of like you hard to like talk, entertain people, and multitask while doing it at the same time. You have to have like a talent for it. I know for some people like they can just play and talk without like a camera on it. But I guess it's like it's more immersive if you show your face on camera, right? People get to see your facial reactions, how you are normally, and get to know you. Yeah, again, right? Removing like the face-to-face meeting is kind of comfortable. And I will say this though, when it came to like job interviews, I was super anxious having like having a camera face to face talking to people. It was really uncomfortable too for me. And then once I actually got my like worked with the team, like the anxiety just went away slowly. Because it takes practice to get out there and socialize with people. And I will, because now here you are talking to me without knowing my face. Well, you know my face. No, that's true. I mean, well, that's fine. Maybe one of these days, right? That like, hey, we could privately, like talk to each other through email, like maybe through a Google Meet, if you're fine with that. But that could be like another time if you're comfortable with that. Which I don't mind. Like talk, just like if anyone wants to like hit me up privately on like a Google Meet, we could just like talk face to face and like, get the chat. Or I mean, if you guys don't want to show your face, you could probably like, again, like, leave a like and follow on my Twitch channel if you like me just talking and just playing like card games and other games. And you can join my Discord. That way you get my further notifications, and my YouTube and Twitter as well. You say that you prefer some activity outside. You know what I miss, man? I miss going out like camping with my friends. Because I know back in the day we would used to go like camping, go to hikes. And just be out in the wild, just like fresh air, just like roasting marshmallows, being around like a campfire, and like making like burgers. Good times, good times. And I mean, nowadays like me and my friends are generally like busy. I think they have their own like work or social lives to attend to. And I would say, well, at least the long-term plan this year, I'm planning on going to Anime Expo with my friends. And I don't know if you heard about this, but for Anime Expo, I've been there for like 3 times already. And I would say last year was like by far my best year yet. Considering the fact that I had a premiere pass, which meant that I got early access to hotels. I didn't have to wait and like I get to cut the line for like to the panels, and I get like an hour head start for the merch. But unfortunately, this year, right? I know this year recently they already announced like tickets are for sale, But no more premiere passes. Rip, right? I don't get like the special privileges that come with it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say that like with you for I know like last year because it was like the first year that like Expo came back after COVID, and there was some contention regarding it because I remember last year, that people were talking about like they Anime Expo announced that okay, they were not gonna like, oh, hey man, wearing a mask is optional, you don't have to wear it, and they got so much blowback from it that I had a feeling that behind the scenes, because they had like a lot of international guests like from Japan, because their like rules regarding COVID is a lot different for us here. I guess here we're like a lot more lax than like North America. They probably told like the vendors and everyone else told them that, hey, you better like reverse this now, otherwise we're never coming back to the expo. Which they did. That people did like had to wear the mask when they went inside, and I was there. Half the people wore their masks, and their like vaccine policy was kind of a joke in which that okay, you only like have to show you only had one shot. It's not like when I went to like let's say Crunchyroll Expo, which would happen in California, which is in the north side of California, NorCal, that they required you to have a booster shot. So they took it a lot more seriously than we did. Well, I mean, no, I mean like, no, I meant as in like, okay, while I was like when I was there in SoCal, and then like traveling to NorCal, like people took like it over there like compared to other places, and I had a good time because I had the premiere pass and I didn't have to like wait in line. Because the previous years I went to Expo, I would have to be in line for a panel I really want to go, like 2 to 3 hours in advance, because everyone else is just like camping out. But last year it was really fun. I got to go to like the Kaguya like Love Is War panel, saw like the Japanese voice actors and sharing their experiences of like working on the series, as well as like the behind the scenes and production and all that. I got to see Trash Taste. I got to see like was it the Anime Man, Giguk, and Sea Dog. They're announcing their tour for like in North America. And I got to see the preview of like Cyberpunk like Edge Runners, like the anime. And it's nice to go to LA too, like, because I heard like in LA they have like a lot of good food options. So that's fun. And I got to buy myself a lot of merch and just hang out with friends in general. I would say the only regret I had was that during the night, because I know like I kind of like told my friends I was going to go get dinner with them. I missed out. I missed out on getting some good food and hang out with my friends because I wanted to go to like a late night panel, because I brought a premiere pass, right? I might as well like get my worth and go to as many panels as possible. But then it turns out that it wasn't as like great as I thought it'd be. So then I told them like, next year if we're going forward, like screw it. I just want to like go out and just have like get some like good food and just hang out with them. So there's my story with like when it comes to like Expo. So I don't know how you guys are. Are you guys planning going to like Anime Expo this year? Who knows? Maybe you guys could see me. Because I know this year they're not doing the premiere passes for some reason, which is really lame. But oh well. And here's the thing though, when I went to Expo, it was I know I have like a friend who volunteers. He told me like the analytics of it. He said there was like, roughly about 90,000 to 100,000 people who attended. And there were some one of the days I went, it was like a Saturday, and one of the days like it was so packed like into like the main like building that the fire marshal had like to come in and like stop more people from coming in because it would have been considered like a like a safety hazard. And again, it's like it's been like what 3 years since the last expo, and I will tell you that when I back in 2020, when I first like got like was fiending for access to the hotels, because that's the thing about for the premiere passes, it's like having like an hour early access to the the vendors hall and the merch is great, as well as getting early access to the panels. The main thing is the hotels because obviously you're fighting with like many other people, right? And the hotels we got were like it was like a 4 or 5 minute walk outside our hotel, so it was pretty convenient. It's not like the other previous years in which, okay, it was pretty much like 15 minutes away from where we stayed at, and we had to like cross like the like the lights and the intersections. But for like last year, it was just a straight out swalk. And and here's the thing with me, right? Because I spend most of my time just like you know sitting at home and streaming. And whenever I do go out to like walk like a long distance, right? And not just like my vacation from Asia, like from like Taiwan, Singapore, which I did a tremendous amount of walking. Not just like okay, me stuffing my face with like yummy food, which I don't mind sharing, but I guess that for people just to constantly walk a lot, you have to get used to it, and your feet get dead tired. And if you're not wearing comfortable shoes, I'm saying if you're not wearing comfortable shoes, you could possibly get blisters. And you gotta drink plenty of water too, because I remembered from what was it? When I went to Anime Expo last year, they had like a policy against like bringing water bottles. I didn't understand the reason why, but I guess it's because no people just didn't want to see people like freaking litter everywhere, which I get. It's really annoying to clean up. So I guess it's easier to just bring your own like metal container and just fill up and save like plastic. Yeah, I guess I will say this though. I think I'm gonna like wrap it up. I'm gonna head out. I think like my voice, I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. And I do appreciate you guys staying with me. Anyone like tomorrow I'm gonna be continuing streaming from about the same time, like 6 p. Maybe a little earlier than 6 p.m. Maybe like 5:50 ish, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And hopefully the maintenance will be done with either like showers and Yu-Gi-Oh, so I can continue like my grind, get those gemmies in preparation for the next pack. What did he say? Are you asking if I'm calling it? Yeah, fan. I think I'm gonna call it. I'm starting to like lose my voice a little bit. What was it? You didn't catch what we were referring to those whole times? Oh well, what do you mean? Yeah, I was going over the place with me that's ranting from one thing to another. Well, as I was just talking about like with Expo coming out because recently Anime Expo has announced that okay you can buy tickets for like the general admissions like one day or weekend passes. So I am going to. Yeah, you understand what I was talking about? Yeah, I was just I was just telling about how my experience with Anime Expo was like last year. When it came to just getting a premiere pass would give me easy access to like the lines, hotels, and panels. And I'm hoping that this year it'll be like a much better time. But I was gonna say that like for again, I was gonna say like tomorrow I'm gonna continue streaming from like about 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Leave me a follow if you haven't already done so. I appreciate it. And you can like also follow me on my YouTube, my Discord, and Twitter if you haven't already done so. So I'm gonna like pet out a little earlier than usual because obviously it's a maintenance, and my voice is starting to like. It's better for me to rest my voice a little bit more because I'm not like 100% better yet. As you can see from me constantly like muting my mic and whenever I'm coughing. So let's find someone to raid. Let's raid Ace. Oh, what do you say? What time am I right now? I am Pacific Standard Time. So right now it's 9:30 p.m. at my time right now. So that's what's going on right now. And going to like let's find someone to raid. All right, I'm gonna go like let's raid Ace Aristotle. Say hello to him for me, and I'll see you guys later. See ya.